Social media is fantastic at producing envy and FOMO and making people unhappy with themselves and what they actually have. So unless you have a fantastic life to combat that, I understand why people don't have social media at all. Since I conquered Earth, became the most Googled man on the planet, undeniably an influence for the youth, a force of nature, a cultural icon, some could say. It's not very often I indulge in dumb shit. I'd say probably 2 or 3 times a year do I bother wasting a precious second of my time. But I was sitting around with my brother and we were talking about how everyone else we went to school with fucked up. And nobody's done as well as me because I'm the top G. Sorry, that's my friend's Ferrari. Just had a business meeting. You're gonna have to get over it. So we sat there and thought, well, let's think of all the people whose names we can remember from school. I wonder if any of them are up to anything cool. Like, I'm sure some of them are successful with their 150 grand a year job in the city, slaving away like an ant on the tube, back and forth, barely paying off the mortgage to their overpriced London apartment. But let's find out. So we started looking people up on Instagram because Instagram's a fantastic way to see if somebody's actually living a good life. I don't have Instagram anymore, but I don't need it because everyone knows I'm top G. So we started typing in people's names into Instagram and I realized something. None of them have Instagram. Nobody has Instagram, my age. I'm 35. And the reason they don't have Instagram is because they haven't got anything to show off. Instagram's for show-offs, right? Why would you be on Instagram without anything cool to show? So everyone my age completely fucked up and wasted their lives because they don't have Instagram pages to brag about. They haven't got a blue tick, they haven't got a Bugatti, they haven't got mansions, they haven't got nothing. So what are they gonna go put up? What? Their dog? Nobody cares. Shut up, loser. So basically, I've surpassed everybody I've ever known ever. I state that humbly. Another thing I noticed when I started looking up the chicks that I remember from school, none of them have Instagram because they're all old now. If Instagram was around when I was young, there would have been a bunch of hotties, but none of them are hot anymore, so none of them have an Instagram page. So it's interesting. I don't know what my exact point is, but there's this strange age, and I think mine's the exact age, where people like 32 to 32 up, unless they have a good life, they don't have Insta. Anyone below 30 basically has it, regardless of how crap their life is, because they use it to talk to each other, etc. But at a certain age, at my age bracket, 32 to 35 to 38, whatever, you can go without it if you don't have anything to show off. I did find one girl who had it, who I went to school with, and she was actually still quite attractive. She managed to hold herself together. The call to prayer, isn't that beautiful? It's a sign from the heavens. Everything I say is true. Also means I have some praying to do, because I've converted to Muslim now, converted to Islam. So a lot of people out there who say I don't take it seriously, I find that quite offensive. I take it very seriously. I think God is the most serious thing on the planet. And just because I live a life in which I have all of Earth's worldly treasures does not mean that I neglect my spirituality, because I understand how important spirituality is. Hedonism and all the world's earthly pleasures are a black hole. You cannot fill it. You must feel happy deep inside of yourself. And social media, because I'm gonna tie these two together because I'm so clever, even though that was totally unprompted, social media is fantastic at producing envy and FOMO and making people unhappy with themselves and what they actually have. So unless you have a fantastic life to combat that, I understand why people don't have social media at all. Why would somebody I went to school with want to see me surpass them in every single possible human metric? It's just going to make them depressed and miserable, so it's better not to have Instagram at all, right? But maybe if they found God, they could be happy. Without God, I'm sure it's impossible.